This is Her Last Wish, a Rachel Gift Mystery Series, Book 1, written by Blake Pierce, narrated by Mary Sarah. Chapter 1. It was one of the rare days that Rachel was actually pleased with the woman she saw staring back at her in the mirror. She looked closer to 25 than her actual age of 33, and she was having a good hair day. She'd slept soundly last night, and her brown eyes had a well-rested sparkle. Even her skin was on point today, glowing slightly under the bathroom lights. Not that it mattered. She had training today, and in about 3 hours, she'd be sweating and her hair would be in a ponytail. She enjoyed the training, though, and would gladly look like a sweating, ragged mess if it meant she'd had a good session. She smiled at the anticipation of it, despite the awful singing voice coming from the shower behind her. The voice of her husband, Peter, belting out, head over heels, by Tears for Fears. "Darling," she said with a smile, "I love you dearly, but you missed that note by about 1,000,000,000,000 octaves." Peter responded by increasing his volume and reaching for a high note that wasn't even a part of the song.
"You know,"
he said, following the note,
"most women would appreciate being serenaded before they go off to work."
"This is more like the torture technique the army used in Afghanistan by pumping Marilyn Manson into prisons at 3 a.m.
"Sweet. Let your supervisors know. Maybe I'd make a fine addition at the FBI. Then you could work around the singing voice all day long."
Before she could respond, Peter started singing again. When Rachel left the bathroom, there was a huge smile on her face. It was just one of those days. One of those days where even before the morning had gotten a good start, you just knew it was going to be a good day. Despite the awful off-key chorus, she was actually glad to hear Peter singing in the shower. It was something he'd been doing a lot more as of late. They'd been working at having a second child for the past few weeks, which meant a much more active sex life. Their first daughter, a daughter Paige, had come after some difficulty, and they were hoping the second would be a bit easier. She knew Peter didn't mind putting in the time trying to get her pregnant, but Rachel rather hoped it would happen soon. When Rachel got downstairs, Paige was already awake. She was standing in front of the refrigerator on her tiptoes as she tried to get the orange.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?